So just wanted to do a little bit of a review. We've had the 2020 Can Am MR Turbo RR for almost 2 years now. We've done some major upgrades here recently. We just put the Evolution Stage 5 X85 kit on, which is insane. Super pleased with it. SuperATV, we've got the new SuperATV Terminator Max tires, SuperATV front axles. Rhino 2.0, hundreds on there, but they only make the 300s for the rear. But SuperATV hooked us up for that. We really want to thank them and our sponsors, SuperATV, SEL Power Sports, Chuck's Boots. It's so nice of them for their support and sponsorship, allowing us to kind of have the latest and greatest stuff and put it on our machines and try it out. So SuperATV has been phenomenal and just given us so much. But I want to thank them so much for the tires and all the accessories we pretty much have from them. But since the beginning, we started out with the Nerf bars. Those are SuperATV. We've had no issues with those, no dings, no dents. We do a lot of rock mudding stuff. I want to thank SuperATV for these awesome Terminator Max tires. These are 35-inch Terminator Maxes on 22s. We've not used them yet, but from all the video I've seen, I'll probably be selling my extra set of BKTs now because this tire just looks way cooler than BKTs. And most of the videos I've seen, it pulls you through the mud holes much better too. So I'm going to switch over to the SuperATV tires. Stay tuned for that. They hooked us up with some X300s. I want to thank Nick Russo at NFR Performance for getting those on for us. Can't wait. I wish we could put them on the front, but unfortunately, they don't make them for the front yet. SuperATV doesn't. We've got the Tiger Tail. Man, love this thing. Anybody looking to get stuck a lot, likes to hit the mud holes, you've just got to have one of these. It's a 14-foot rope. The only downside is it won't lock. I mean, you have to pull it all the way out. So it'd be nice if you could like lock it somehow, because maybe you only need to have this much of it out depending on where you're at in the hole or where somebody's having to pull you out on top of the hole. That'd be my only recommendation, but I'm sure there's a reason why they can't do that. But that's been great. I love the LinQ system for Can Am. Whoever came up with that, how to put stuff and mount it to this LinQ system, I love that. So another thing I really like about Can Am. The 5150 whip flags, no issues at all. Those work fantastic. The Nerf bars are SuperATV. Really no dents, no dings. They look super cool and very effective. Let's try to think. We have Rhino 2.0 axles up here on the front. And then we have the AEROLIDZ cover, lights up at night. Pretty cool little feature. You can put them on Jeep light bars or whatever, just if you want to have like a message and stuff on there. I think that's really about it. And now we have the Evolution Stage 5 X85 kit put on it. So instead of just having the Stage 3 that we had on it before, which made the machine insane, now we have this one. Now this will require us to get X85 race fuel, and it's pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie. It's right now I think it's going to cost us $130 to fill up a tank. Now we're paying full price for it, but we're looking to hopefully get them for around $45 to $50 for 5 gallons. And it's a 10.5 gallon tank, so you do the math there. But right now we're having to pay like $63, and I don't think that's counting the tax.
And they say it's going to get used up a lot faster.
30% faster, yes. So this trip at for WTF down in Jacksonville, Missouri at River Run Park is the first time we're really going to put any miles on it. I drove it around behind STL Power Sports and tested out in a little bit of grass there. But I didn't want to get on it too much because I didn't want to break anything. And then I just drove it here to kind of warm it up a little bit. But other than that, we really won't drive the machine till we get down there. So we'll have to see how it performs. If there's any competition where I'm going to need instant throttle response or it need to be like a jet, then this machine's going to perform well. Reliability, I think, is yet to be determined if these parts can actually hold up to, it's 255 horsepower. So I think that's going to be the biggest issue. Will the belt, will the axles, oh yeah, that's a new SuperATV belt also, the world's fattest belt on there. We have a couple backups also. Yeah, if the axle and the belts can hold up, I think this machine just, whether it's mud holes, bounty courses, it won't be stopped. We've had the machine in every type of territory, as far as rocks, mud, hills, drag racing, figure eights, everything. The things I would change on it, the things I love about it, and the things maybe that I don't like about it. The worst thing that I would say, the biggest issue you have is the radiator. The radiator can clog up on some of these so easy in the Can Am that you better keep some water bottles and stuff with you, because if you're gonna hit much mud at all, it's just gonna overheat. You can ask Cheryl. I don't know how many times it's happened. That's why in the back of our cooler, we never even hardly use that cooler for anything else except extra water bottles. Now, since we got the Evo Stage 3 and now the Stage 5 X85, the fan runs a lot more, so it doesn't overheat hardly at all. But when we first got the Can Am, I mean, even if it had just a little bit of dirt and mud on it, the machine would overheat. So it drove us absolutely bonkers just on regular trail riding. Not everyone has that issue, but we had that issue with it. And the doors. Whoever designed this stupid door, where you have to pull this handle, just, you know, when it gets muddy at all, and sometimes it's hard to get open, they have actual doors, accessory ones that you can kind of pop this with, but the problem is they want, if you want to use the knee pad, which you basically, if you're over 6 foot tall, you're going to have to use the knee pad, you can't use that, so you have to use those. So I wish they would come up with something different for that.
Agreed. That's my least favorite thing on the Can Am. I hate the door handles.
Yeah, don't like it a little bit. And I would maybe change the intercooler or something back here on the very back, because the problem is where all the mud, if you put a windshield back here, that's the reason we don't have one in the back, is because it's going to hit here and fall right into the intercooler. So I don't know if they're, you know, some type of design, but the intercooler is almost completely flat. I don't know why they couldn't have angled that somewhat. It just didn't make any sense to me. You've already kind of got some piece of plastic and shroud over there. Somehow I'll try to angle that to where at least mud and dirt could fall off of it. But those are 3 things that I would change on this machine. But other than that, I'm going to give this machine a 9 out of 10 stars. It just performs every time. It's been crazy power, great suspension, just love it. But, you know, on the downside, those couple factors kind of make it riding sometimes a bit of a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, I want to thank SuperATV for the SuperATV flip down windshield.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I don't know how some people go without having a windshield. It's just not for me. The Rockford Fosgate roof actually comes on the new 2021s. You don't have to add them. But this hood is, my gosh, it's the best sound system and lights up. It's just super cool looking. And I don't think we touched on, we have a backup camera here on the back also. One thing on the Can Ams, there's not, especially when you get the snorkel kits, if you want to put a cooler on there, you just can't see behind you because you're seated more down in the machine. But that's really nice. If Cheryl and I aren't talking, I normally don't back into anything, but if we're talking, sometimes it'll happen. And yeah, I think, like I said, that's it. Talked on the 5150 made in America. I love this company. And this is a Can Am cooler. The white one, I think it's the 16 quarts. We just had it wrapped. And it's on the LinQ system here. So let me show you. There's like a little blue handle over here. We're seeing it right there. You just pull on it. Yep. And it comes off just like really that. Easy. And you have the little pieces you just screw to the here on each side. And just slide that back in. And then just lock the handle down. Yeah, so this is what we keep in ours. Water. This is normally full of water. It's like a little pump you can clean the radiator out with. So
nothing for us to drink.
If you're gonna get the 20 or 2021 Can Am X3 XMR Turbo RR, I would highly recommend you getting at least the Stage 3 flash through Evo or someone else to where the fan's gonna run more often. That will keep it cooler, but you're gonna have to keep some water with you just to clean it out. That's an issue that Can Ams have. So maybe the 2022s, they'll make some changes, and but other than that, I don't think there's really been any changes other than changes of color made. But that's my really my review. I love the machine. Like I said, 9 out of 10 stars, and honestly, maybe even a 10 out of 10 stars. I mean, those other things, once we've got them figured out and taken care of, it's really not that big of a deal. But the machine just performs. I mean, the speed and the suspension and stuff on it, it's just almost second to none. Polaris has done a great job with their new turbo and their new models with their dynamics, their suspension, and the smart shocks that Can Am has. But yeah, I would highly recommend the Can Am MR Turbo R to anyone. Great machine, takes a beating, and looks pretty cool too. My name's Josh. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.